I'm Vicki Wagner, and welcome to Lesbian Knows Best. Today we're going to talk about too much mother-in-law. With me is my guest, Seda Aznavour, and she is from Paris, France, and she's going to tell us a little bit about a really bad mother-in-law she had, and maybe about what some advice is, because she could do. She's a mother-in-law herself, so we're going to talk about that. Seda, so how are you?
Fine.
Good. What was so bad about your mother-in-law?
She was always in my life.
She was always in, I know, she was always in your life.
Yes.
And so basically, what made her so bad, though?
Well, it's bad when they're always in your life. You want them to get away from your life. You know, you want your husband for yourself.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. So you want your husband for yourself?
Yes.
Well, I mean, what made her so bad, though? I mean, that can't be the worst of it. I mean, of course she's gonna be in your life. She was your husband's mother.
I know, but every day?
What do you mean every day?
She always she didn't live far away from us, so she always came at the house to see how her son was doing, if I was taking care of the house very well, if I was good to my kids. She was there.
Okay. Is that like, do you think that's typical of a lot of mother-in-laws?
I think so.
You do? So,
yes.
I mean, did it ruin your marriage? What happened?
Yes, because I wanted some intimacy with my husband. That's what happened.
Yeah, so you wanted to just be intimate with your husband.
Yes.
Did she live with you guys?
No, she didn't, but almost did.
She almost lived with you guys.
Yeah.
And so, but was she just overbearing and came in all the time, gave her
Yes.
opinion? Tell me,
Yes.
paint a little picture
The
for me.
opinion, like, you know, if I made something to eat, oh, but he doesn't like it like this, he likes it like that. Or, you know, the kids shouldn't do this, you know, they're not well behaved, you don't raise them well. I had to hear all those stories over and over again. And you don't say nothing because you're nice, but after a while you feel, God. And he doesn't say nothing either. At least if he opened his mouth, it would have been great. But no, that's mom, you know, you gotta, you know, she's nice and stuff like that. And after a while, I really saw him as a weak person.
Really? So in
Yeah.
your eyes, you know, well, he was a mama's boy?
Yes.
And so that made you look at him like he was a weakling?
Yeah, I think so.
And so basically, a lot of times what actually happens too, viewers, I want you to know that if your mother-in-law is interfering with your relationship, I mean, this is your relationship now, right?
Yes.
You don't need somebody else directing your life, right? I mean, because it becomes cumbersome. I mean, this woman had her own life. She had her own husband. Now she has her son, and she wants to come in and direct his life and then tell the woman, who's the wife, here's how you should be being a wife, right?
Yes.
So she was basically trying to teach you how to be a wife.
Absolutely.
And she was trying to tell you were doing it wrong.
Yes.
Do you think a lot of women have this problem?
Oh, a lot of them.
Oh, you think so?
A lot of friends I have, they can't take it because they have those mother-in-law who makes them nuts. They really do.
Yeah, so
You know?
what do you think that the woman should tell the man about the mother?
Well, you have to be so diplomatic, you know. You can't tell him, I don't like your mother. You have to make sure before you marry them that she lives very far away.
Yeah.
And they don't want to hear it. They want the mother and the wife to kind of get along, but it's tough.
It is tough.
Yes.
So, I mean, what's so bad about your mother-in-law? I mean, do you have like 3 things that are like terrible about her? I mean, tell me.
The fact that she was there all the time and she was telling me what to do, and that's 2 things that were bad. And she never knew how to get away from the house.
And so basically with those things, it really impacted your relationship.
It really did, especially it started very early.
It did?
Yes.
When you were young? So she tried
Yes.
to get in there and get control of you right away, or what happened?
Well, yes, kind of. In the beginning, she was nice to me, really nice, and then she started to be very demanding of my way of being, you know, like I should be more doing what she advised me to do.
Yeah.
And that really made me nuts. It ruined my marriage.
I
It
bet,
really did.
because she wanted you to be a little her, right?
Yes.
So she wanted you to be just like her, and you were your own person. I mean, right now, you're a mother-in-law, aren't you?
Well, not yet, but I think that I don't want to be involved. You know, my kids choose.
What do you think? What's your advice? Like, what do you think a mother-in-law should be like?
I think she should be there, and she should listen to the daughter-in-law, very important. And she should kind of, if something the daughter-in-law likes and she doesn't like, she should kind of, you know, go with it. What's the big deal? It's the choice of
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
So you basically think take a hands-off approach, right?
Absolutely.
So good, because the advice that we want to give our viewers is sometimes you have a relationship and you're just trying to get married and just get along. It's hard enough to get along with your husband as it is, but then to have a mother-in-law come in and meddle in your life. Men, what I want you to know, because I think this is more common from the woman's point of view, if your mom is like interfering with your marriage, it's going to cause a lot of problems between you and your wife. And even like Seda, it ruined her entire marriage. Her mother-in-law just destroyed the marriage. And I think that's a common theme for most people. So my advice is, two people should just have a marriage together with themselves. If the mother-in-law is getting involved, I think the woman should tell the husband, hey husband, go tell your mother to back off. And I think, men, you really should listen to your wife about that. I'd like to thank my guest, Seda, for coming on the show. If anybody has any thoughts about this, please write into us at www.lesbianknowsbest.com. And I'd like to thank you very much. And viewers, tune in next week. Thank you very much.